we have got you a full comparison video of MOTO G4 Plus and XIAOMI Redmi Note 3. Now, the aspects which we have included in this video are body, specifications, camera, speed and sound. So, let us begin now. Hi friends, I know you have been waiting a lot to see the recent releases of 2016. If you are going to buy some new phones, why not to look at this video and have some knowledge about the recent releases and its specification. So right now which you are seeing in this video is a XIAOMI Redmi Note 3 Gold. Let me show you the display and its outer body. Quite elegant, right? So this is XIAOMI Redmi Note 3. Let's on it. Here we go. Let's start it. Now let's have an overview over its specifications. The specifications are: the screen of this cell phone has a 5.5 inches length and it has full HD screen that gives you quite a greater look and also a greater video recording as well as video playing. It also has 401 ppi with sunlight display. The only feature which it doesn't have is a Gorilla Glass, which has been replaced by LCD capacitive screen. The another feature is the rear fingerprint scanner. Normally cell phones do have front fingerprint scanner. This phone has rear fingerprint scanner. Now let's go and see some camera features. The camera features about this cell phone are: it has a rear camera of 16 megapixel with f2.0. It also has dual LED flash and a front camera of 5 megapixel with a zoom of 8x. The operating system which this cell phone has is an Android 5.1.1, that is 5.1.1 Lollipop, with a processor speed of 1.8 GHz, 650 Qualcomm Snapdragon hexa-core. Now coming towards the memory of the cell phone, it has 32 GB inbuilt and 32 GB expandable. It also has a RAM of 3 GB. Talking about the SIM cards, it is a dual SIM cell phone with a 4G plus 4G. Now let's go towards the battery backup, which is the strength point of the Redmi Note 3. It has a huge battery backup of 4050 mAh. Now let's talk about some of its sound quality. The speakers which it has, it is on the back side of the cell phone. So normally if you are keeping it on the ground, you won't get that quality sound. So for quality sound, just lift it up and then it goes. Now talking about some additional features which MI gives us, that is the MI remote. Now this feature is seriously surprising, because with the use of MI remote you can actually operate most of the electronic devices just by connecting it through the infrared sensor that is being provided at the top. As you can see over here, it is an infrared sensor which actually senses and sets the frequency of any electronic device, and thus your cell phone automatically becomes the remote controlling that device. Now let us go on to the next cell phone. Now let's talk about the second phone which we have today with us. Let's keep the Note 3 aside. Today we have one of the greatest releases of 2016, MOTO G4 Plus. Now many of the people have been awaiting for this cell phone. That's because of its unique and discrete features which we are going to explore today. Now let's talk about it. Before starting it, let me show you its body.
As you can see, it's really classy, and it's irresistible. Now let's start the cell phone. Now that the phone has started, let's talk about its features. Even this phone has been blessed with 5.5 SG display with 401 ppi. The additional feature of this phone is its display has Gorilla Glass 3. Now that is some tough point about this cell phone. Another feature with this phone has is a regular fingerprint scanner, which is on the front side. Let me show you some trick. Okay, that works good. So that is one of the basic features of this cell phone. Now let's talk about its camera features. As Motorola is being known for its camera functionality, even this phone has some best qualities about camera. It has been given 16 megapixel rear cam with an aperture of f2.0. The best part about this phone is it has laser autofocus, plus it has dual LED flash at the rear end and front camera of 5.0 megapixel with a zoom of 4x. Now let's talk about its operating system. The operating system of this cell phone is an Android 6.0.1 Marshmallow with a processor speed of 1.5 GHz, 617 Qualcomm Snapdragon octa-core processor. Now that is something huge. Let's talk about its memory now. The memory is 32 GB inbuilt with an expandable of 128 GB. The RAM which has been provided by Motorola to Moto G4 Plus is 3 GB. Let's talk about the SIM card functionality of this cell phone. Now this cell phone is a dual SIM cell phone with two different functionalities. That is, one of its SIM is a 4G compatible and the other one is a 3G compatible. Let's talk about the battery functions. This phone has been given with a battery backup of 3000 mAh. That is something which we expect in nowadays cell phone. Now along with that, it has some additional features which are being provided by the Moto. The additional features are turbocharging. Now this feature is something new and has been awaiting by almost all Moto users. Now what is exactly turbocharging? As far as I have heard from a user which has been recommended to me, he said that with just a charging of 15 minutes, the battery backup lasts for almost 6 hours. Now that is something great. That is what turbocharging is meant for. Other than that, there are various other Moto features which will be showing in the further time. Okay, now we have both the phones in front of us. So let's test its processor speed and its functionality. Okay, by starting both the phones together. Okay, both the phones have started now. Let us see which one operates quickly. Now, oh, surprising. Okay, both the phones have started. Let's unlock them. Okay, both the phones have been started and the Wi-Fi has been checked. Okay, both are running. So let's check its processor speed by opening same applications at the same time. Which one opens fast? We'll start with the phone book or the contacts. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, that was quick. It was almost indistinguishable. But then too, if we watch at slower speed, you can distinguish between both the things. Now let's open its messages at the same time again. 1, 2, 3. Oh, so processor speed does matters. 1.8 is faster than 1.5. Now let us check some applications. YouTube, by pressing both the keys at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that was quick. Now let us start the same video. As you can see on the display, both are displaying the same video. Let's start it and let's see which one starts first. 1, 2, 3 again. Now let us open Google Chrome on both the cell phones at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Okay, almost same speed at the same time. So this was all about the testing of the processor. We have one more test left. Now let's test that thing. We have an app over here called the speed test from Ookla. Similarly over here. Now with this app we can get the exact test results. Okay, starting from G4 Plus. Let's go. Okay, so this was all about G4 Plus. Now let us see what XIAOMI can give us. Let's start the test. Now let's get back to some body functions of the cell phone. If I do this thing over here, the length of both the cell phones are almost same, as well as the thickness of it. Both the thickness and the length are almost equal. So there is no difference between the length as well as the thickness of the cell phone. Okay, so that was all about the processor testing. Now let us test the sound of both the cell phones. As you can see, we have similar ringtone over here which we are going to play. Let's start it from the MOTO G4 Plus. Let's start it. So as you heard, there is not much difference in the sound. The only difference which I would say is the speaker of MOTO G4 Plus, which is on the front side, and XIAOMI, which is on the rear end. So if we hear this ringtone again by lifting the phone, it might sound a little bit different. Not major difference, but then too there is a little bit of it. Let's start it from Xiaomi Redmi. Redmi has certain functions like panorama, timer, audio functionality in camera mode, manual, straighten, beautify, HHT, scene and tilt shift. Now these are certain modes which are being provided to it. Other than that, there are the basic camera settings, that's contrast, frame size, picture quality and many more. But these are all the basic things. So this was about Redmi. Let's check its front camera now. As mentioned earlier, this phone has 5 megapixel camera and certain functionality like beauty face. Now there are certain functions, additional functions, which you will discover as you will operate this phone. So these were an overview about the camera functionality of the cell phone. Now let us check out the camera functionality of G4 Plus. MOTO is being known for the functions of camera which are being provided in it. That's on it. Other than the clarity, MOTO also provides some additional features in the camera. These are certain additional features. We have the photo mode, video mode, panorama, slow motion and the professional mode. Let's check out the professional mode. Okay, here are certain sub functions within the professional mode of this cell phone. Wow, that's great. That's really great. It's like handling a DSLR along with a cell phone. Seriously, nice. Let's get back to the usual camera. Now as we are comparing the cameras, let's check its front camera. Okay, quite a clear one. Nice. The clarity of this cell phone is a little bit, or I must say much more greater than the Xiaomi Redmi Note 3. Even though the specifications match, user can easily distinguish between the camera functionalities.
The specifications of the camera were mentioned earlier. So to test the specifications, we actually clicked some low light images and the difference can be easily seen. Video quality, we again clicked some images as well as videos. We recorded some videos in the low light. Now those videos can also give the proper difference between the cameras of both the phones.
Now you're watching a video made from front facing camera of MOTO G4 Plus. As you can see, it's quite good as it can detect my face as I move and focus automatically as compared to XIAOMI Mi Redmi Note 3. Now let us compare it with another cell phone. So you're right now watching the front facing video of XIAOMI Mi Note 3. As you can see, it's quite bright as I'm standing beneath a street light, but the focusing option of this cell phone is not quite good enough.